All in Sports Network. We love sports.
Home to the cradle of basketball, the rise of football, and the greatest spectacle in racing. This is All Indiana Sports presented by the Unstable Blues.
Welcome back in. Turnovers plagued the Pacers, and it was made worse by a tremendous three-point shooting night for the Thunder. The Pacers did not make it to 110, and Haliburton had no field goal. And if you've paid attention, you know that design. Well, let's discuss as we go all in.
That's correct. I'm Kevin. This is my son Liam. We're the Unstable Blues. Happy to present All Indiana Sports as part of the All In Sports and Rogue Media Sports networks.
Yep. Tyrese had an aggravated leg injury that he battled all night, and it just seemed that he couldn't get over. He had sparks, but then other times he was just like, yeah, I can't do anything. I told you this.
Yes.
It's the NBA Finals. You have – whenever he aggravated it and it looked bad, he had 2.5 games max. If they made it to Game 7, 2.5 games left, including the half of Game 5 still.
Yep.
You in the NBA Finals, you are a professional athlete. You are 25. You get over stuff very quick at a younger age like that. Or not even 25. He's 23.
He's 26.
No, he's under 25.
Tyrese?
Yep, he's under 25 because he's a part of these great, the best NBA team under 25, and he is part of that.
25.
He is 25.
Not
okay.
23.
We're not
26, but
he's 25. You get over stuff quickly, regardless. And this is the NBA Finals. You have a chance to give your team their first franchise championship, and the quote unquote. Yes, I'm saying this now because I'm not sure if you're the best player on the team because Pascal Siakam is showing out and you're not. There may be a reason why he got Eastern Conference Finals MVP and you get it. You have games where you don't do anything, and yes, you are hurt, but play through it. You have a whole off season to recover. And I'm sure if you're able to play on it that much afterwards, it does not matter. It isn't that big of a deal anyways.
I understand. The Pacers were down early.
Yep, as much as 18. That was the largest lead of the game. But They came back. They kind of held it within that sort of range right before halftime. Made the halftime adjustments, came out, slimmed it down a bit. It was a 2-point game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they really started to chip away in the middle of the third quarter. TJ McConnell was an absolute spark with 18 points off the bench.
There was many times where we were both like, leave Haliburton on the bench. Keep McConnell out there. McConnell's doing the stuff that Haliburton's supposed to do.
Yep.
I think McConnell may have had a better stat line than Haliburton. I think Haliburton played more minutes.
Haliburton had more rebounds, more assists, but more points definitely goes to TJ.
So it was big, and then Siakam kind of had a scuffle with someone, and he got fired up and did even more then. He should have done more earlier, but there's only so much you can do in 20 in hindsight. But this is how the Pacers play. They play from behind, especially against this team who overwhelms you early, and you're able to get an advantage later on in the game once they're tired and stuff.
Yes, in that third quarter, we definitely saw some weariness from SGA and a lot of the different Thunder players. But it was everyone got involved in the 3-point shooting. Wiggins had 4. Jalen Williams with 40 points.
Dort had some big threes.
Yep.
He didn't have very many, but he had big threes whenever it mattered.
Wallace
can't these guys were so impactful. Their bigs did things that their bigs have been doing, not scoring a ton, but consistently there.
Yeah.
We brought Tony Bradley in, which I thought was pretty good. He played good for his minutes.
Yeah. That was another Rick Carlisle, I'm setting you up for this kind of move. He's been holding that one back, I feel like. And it was time. It was time to break it out.
Yeah. We don't talk about it that often. Fouls. It's It's the same storyline as Game 4, besides minus the Haliburton. Pacers didn't shoot well. Thunder shot extremely well, and there's fouls all over the place. Game 4 had some really controversial stuff. The Neesmith hand on the elbow shot. There's the push off. Yes, it's a push off.
Yep.
Refs look at it. Scott Foster. It's a push off into a 3-step travel because So the rules in high school is you have your pickup step whenever you pick up the ball, and you have 1 step after. The NBA, you have your pickup step in 2 steps. So essentially, it can look as 3 steps. He pushed off, picked up the ball, didn't step, so he gets 2 steps then, and he goes 1, 2, 3, and he plants. It's a travel and a foul, whichever way you want it. It's SJ did something illegal. But this game, there was a lot more of hand on the elbow. Oh, I feel just a little bit of contact. I'm going to go up and, flop, and I'll do all that. So it was, and like Jada was getting some really weird calls. Chet had 3 fouls. Should have had at least 4 or 5. I think Turner did a really good job down low drawing fouls that just weren't called. He was getting hacked by not only the bigs, but just everyone around him, but they don't call that on guards. There was some really weird defensive fouls that they called where it was, they had their feet set or they were just moving with them, and they would, the Thunder would lean into them and get a foul call. Some weird foul calls on screens and stuff. Some more Dort stuff. I mean, we haven't talked about Dort.
Dort is playing football.
He's
in a basketball game.
Game 4 was really bad. He's been going after Haliburton, who he's been guarding. He had a 3. He missed it. Ran in. I think this is game 3. Ran in and elbowed Haliburton on purpose on the way in. That's why Haliburton was down early in game 3. There was the free throw incident where Matherin was.
Did you see Matherin on the free throw?
Yeah, he looked back. And still made it.
Didn't even do a re-rhythm. Look back. What's going on? I'm gonna bury it.
Yeah, and
where was that later in the game?
And Dort pushed him. So it seems, and Matherin, while we're on it, he has 1 good game in every series.
Used it too early this time.
And I love it because we got the win in that game. But you can't just not show up. Normally you have your big game and you have 6-8 points in every other game. He's missing free throws, which hardly ever happens. He came into this series, into the conference finals as well, being the 3rd most in free throw attempted.
Oh, okay.
I say 3rd most. It's 2nd most among players.
Right.
3rd most among halves, we'll say.
Yeah.
Because SGA had the most in the first half and the second half. So it's the refs just swallow the whistle whenever it's the most inopportune times. And I bet you the box score shows similar free throw attempts.
Yes, it does.
Because that is just how it happens.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be times.
But if you go and you watch the entire game, this is the point. We don't mind a few missed calls here or there, but
it's where they are.
Consistency on both ends of the floor at consistent time periods on both sides.
There's so
of the
many
floor.
times where Indy has 6 straight points, 7 straight points, and there's a foul and it's momentum gone. So it's just tough.
Yep. But
we
you
were
mentioned
excited.
Chet.
We were excited because they were both small market teams. So surely the fouls are even. But no, they have floppers on their side of the ball.
You mentioned Chet.
Mm-hmm.
We got to give a shout out to the Neesmith put back dunk over Chet.
Yeah.
I didn't think they went in.
Oh no. I thought something happened and it went in front of the basket or something, but then I saw Caruso walking out of bounds. I'm like, he's a vet. He doesn't just walk out of bounds on that type of stuff. I'm like, Neesmith scored that?
He did. He
It's
just
crazy.
ah.
Yeah.
Yes. So the calls are the calls. Even so, okay. Let's put this into perspective. This is the first time in this playoff run the Pacers have lost 2 games in a row.
First time they've been tied in a series and first time that they have been down in a series.
Right. So this is a first. But how many times in this playoff run have the Pacers had a first?
Yeah, they're
Ever
no strangers
in
to
the playoffs, in a playoff game, in a finals, whatever it might. There are countless times in this playoff run where the Pacers have been the first to do something. So, don't lose hope if you're a Pacers fan.
It's going back to Indiana.
It's going back to Indiana. And then, if you win that, then you have to do what no team has managed to do since before Thanksgiving, and that's make sure the Thunder lose 2 in a row. But as we've seen throughout this playoff, crazier things have happened. Crazier. This is the first time, though, we've seen like comebacks in games. We haven't seen comeback in a series.
Yeah.
We haven't seen them shift a series over multiple games.
The Pacers did this last year in the
Eastern Conference Finals?
nope, not the Eastern Conference Finals because that was Boston.
Yeah.
The round before against
Oh,
the Knicks
gotcha.
to eliminate them.
Yep.
They lost and they were down 3-2 after Game 5, and then they went back to Indiana, got that one because the fans were in it. They knew that they needed it, and went into the Garden.
Got it done.
Arguably the worst place
Oh, yeah.
to play a Game 7, and got it done. So it's very, very possible. The Pacers have been here before.
And may I point out that how heavily favored the Oklahoma City Thunder were at the beginning of the series.
Mm-hmm.
And they were going to win in 4 or 5. We'll give them 5. The only other series that has pushed Oklahoma City this far is the Nuggets. The only other team that's been able to push them to a Game 7 is the Nuggets. Every other series, it's been 4 or 5, and that's it. Like,
Yep.
and most of those are routes, like by 30-some points.
Mm-hmm.
This is not happening like that. And when you're talking about the Pacers, you're talking about the long game. You're talking about wearing a team down. And so the more you play, the longer you play, the more games you play, the longer this goes on. In theory, that favors the Pacers.
Yes. And I'm just going to go into a little bit of a preview.
All right.
Since
Let's
I
go.
I think we're kind of ending the
Before,
episode.
well, we gotta get to our moment and our player, but yes,
Okay.
shoot us a preview, and then we'll go into wrap it up with this game.
What you have to do is the stuff that I've been talking about since the very beginning of the series.
Not let Jalen Williams go for 40.
Stop the role players. J-Dub is a role player.
Yep.
Theoretically, because you have your maybe 2 guys.
You got MVP. You got MVP.
You have the MVP, so
Everybody else is a role.
Yes,
Yep.
because everything runs through SGA.
Yep.
Not everything has to run through Haliburton.
Nope.
You saw that the Pacers still put up 109 points without Haliburton doing anything.
Yep.
Without Haliburton, they have 105 still. So you see they can run through Nimhar as the ball handler. They can run through Siakam through the post. You if Siakam gets going, then you have to double him. So someone's left open and everybody can shoot on the team.
And TJ McConnell can do amazing TJ McConnell things.
Exactly. So you have one team who is team-oriented basketball and the other team who has 2 guys who go off for limitless points. But you have the role players who play such a big part because if they're doing well, then your stars can do well as well. So you need to shut down the role players. I've been saying this all series. I said, let SGA do what he's going to do. He's going to score 30-plus on you. Let him do that focus on the role players. So still Nimhart, play your defense, but don't double. There's no need to double. If he gets beat, it's 2 points.
Yep.
You can get that back way easy in transition offense, which you're very good at, and you don't do enough of.
If you're gonna get caught in a switch on SGA, let it happen. Nimhart will pick up the role player and make sure to shut them down.
Yeah.
Let it happen. And may I say, Siakam did a tremendous job on defense on SGA. And throughout the third, as he got kind of wrapped up, he got going good because he's a taller player. Still originally known for his defense, not his scoring. So he did tremendous.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else for the preview?
Just kind of since like this game and like game 5, game 4, Pacers shot terribly, Thunder shot well, and it was still relatively close games. So if you're able to shoot bad and keep it close, even if they're shooting normal and you shoot bad and you keep it close, that's something. They're shooting good and you're shooting bad. So theoretically, those things should meet in the middle and the points should switch on it. Like realistically, if the Pacers shoot normal and then the Thunder shoot normal, the points would be switched. So just focus on shooting well, make your free throws. The series is not over. It seems that way, but you're going back home. Get one here, get the momentum going back into OKC. And Haliburton has to do stuff. We've seen he gets a double-double, they get 110, they win the game.
Yep, every time.
They are 6-0 whenever they win the game.
Yep. Okay. Before we go into the moment and the player, we've said, hey, this series isn't over. It's all this, everything. I have to dive into a little bit of Kevin's conspiracies here right now. Okay? Bear with me. Okay. I'm talking to you.
Oh, this is a camera. Okay.
I'm talking to you, NBA. I
Adam
see
Silver or just the NBA?
I don't know. I'm just talking NBA. That might be Adam Silver.
Refs, Adam Silver, NBA, everybody in media as well.
I'm talking to NBA right now. Shame on you. You had a chance to do something good and bring basketball back. Team basketball. But what did you do? You let it happen for a little bit. And then you started blowing the whistle. Whistleblower. And then you just kept going. And you don't want to see team basketball. I see you. You want stars, but you're making stars out of a skeleton? Are you kidding me? Chet Holmgren? You're making stars out of SGA, a Canadian again. Are you kidding me? NBA, I see you. Stop trying to make stars when there are no stars. Let team basketball back. This Pacers team could be the greatest Cinderella underdog story of all playoff history if you just stop blowing the whistle on one end and swallowing it on the other and let the players play the game.
Or call it evenly.
With all that said, what is your game-changing moment of this game?
I'm not sure exactly when it was or who it was against or whatever. It was the Siakam scuffle I talked about earlier because he started getting back into the game. McConnell was already going. So you had these people you had fighting some players, which, in turn gets fighting other players around. And that whole five on the court was playing really well together. So that was like, okay. And that's whenever they cut it down to 2. And I was like, okay, here we go. And then they just lost it. So that was my game-changing moment because I'm like, it gave me the most hope during the game.
I gotcha. Game-changing moment. I have to go with what changed the momentum from the momentum that the Pacers had going. And to me, that was the Nimhart pass to Siakam that was intercepted by Caruso that led to a questionable transition foul for Jalen Williams. I think that play in general kind of summed up the entirety of the game. Sloppy turnover, kind of all bodies on the floor, and then a foul to end it.
Yeah.
So then who would your player of the game be?
When the Thunder win, I give one for the Thunder. J-Dub has to be their player. He went off for his career high in a playoff game, maybe his career high.
I don't know.
I don't know exactly, but 40 is a big number. So not many players can hit that margin. But we're a Indiana podcast. We go Indiana. I think I know who you're doing. I'm not going to steal that.
Okay.
I'm going Siakam.
All right.
Because his defensive presence
was
there.
Yeah.
He had a couple crucial steals, and like I said, in the moment, he's the one who started the movement. He had 28 points as well. Very quiet 28, which is not normal.
Always. He's always quiet.
Yep. Because he doesn't have these massive plays. He just works, get his buckets.
Yep. There's only one place to go here. I know the Thunder won. I don't care. TJ McConnell worked his little 6-foot butt off and did everything that you wanted him to do. He buried a 3-pointer and then buried another one that was just put on the line. So it was a 2, but
still he's
and
then he goes down the court.
You
can't guard me.
Yes.
So
like the attitude, the swagger, he shouldn't even be here. He shouldn't be here, but he doesn't care.
And people want to question me on best backup point guard in the league. Whenever your starting point guard is doing absolutely nothing,
and he's doing all of it. Hustle, 94 feet as an old man who is undersized and doesn't care to be driving the lane among the trees and putting up a shot that has no business going in and still going in. Crazy. All right. As Caitlin Clark is back and the Fever will play their second game of the season against their coach's old team, the Connecticut Sun. Then we will be back on Thursday to break down Game 6 in Indianapolis. Can the Pacers stay alive at home and force Game 7, or will the Thunder roll on the road?
Well, this is Liam.
And this is Kevin.
Reminding you to stay all Indiana.
All in Sports Network. We love sports.